Irvingman! The episode is called The Defeat of Superman, but it begins with the defeat of Clark Kent.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Clark!
Oh, Lois, well, see you later.
Oh, no, you don't. You were taking me to lunch today.
There's plenty of time. It's only 11:15. I'll see you later.
Having lunch with you doesn't really matter, Mr. Kent, but knowing what you're up to does.
Trapped and defeated, he gives up the goods. They both wrote multiple stories about a crook named Happy King. The police could never pin anything on him, but Superman made things difficult enough for him that he left the country. Temporarily, as it turned out.
But this is for...
Yeah, I know. He came to me care of the paper for Superman. He wants to see him tomorrow at noon sharp.
Clark says, that's why I'm going over there at noon today. Lois says, why are you going?
Oh, well, I thought I might go there and look the ground over. This place is picked out. And if it's a hoax, I'll save Superman from going on a fool's errand.
Not if the noon part is important.
What?
It's 2 minutes of. You're a little late.
Bye.
Something I need to address that I haven't yet is the fact that we have a different Lois Lane this season. Phyllis Coates picked up some work during the off-season and found herself with too many commitments to come back. Noelle Neal had played Lois Lane in the Superman movie starring Kirk Alyn, and she was available, so rather than train somebody new, they brought her back. She played the part to the end of the series. And you can't help but love that hat. Why doesn't she still wear it? Happy King is talking with some European scientist that he's dragged over here for some reason.
You Americans, you never make sense. You send a message, you say, noon tomorrow, and yet you
It's like playing a game of checkers, see? I said tomorrow, so Superman figures he'll jump me. He'll go there and look around today. And what do? Today I'm ready with a double jump.
The scientist doesn't play checkers. For that matter, neither do I. That seems to put me in bad company. Maybe I should learn. And since nothing can hurt Superman, who cares what kind of move you have prepared?
Now, if my theory is correct, if Superman is really from some other planet, say from the now extinct planet Krypton, for example, why, soon we may be able to destroy him by using...
I have so many questions I'm having trouble unscrambling them in my brain. The most fundamental of all is, how does he know anything about Krypton, right down to the fact that the inhabitants called it Krypton? I happen to know that no telescope or radio telescope project of that time could have detected an exploding planet. So who told him and why? We haven't established anything about Superman's original homeworld. We know he crash-landed in a spaceship as a baby and the Kents adopted him. That's it. And this guy shouldn't even know that. One of the bullets stung him, but it gets even worse. They filmed it, so they know one of the bullets stung him.
Kryptonite. From the planet Krypton where Superman was born. The only bullet he could feel contained elements of kryptonite.
Where'd he find it? How'd he know what it was? Etc., etc., etc. This episode lost me when he knew about Krypton.
If we had enough pure kryptonite...
Only we don't. You made that bullet out of the stuff from the meteor. And that's all there is of it.
I'm going to quit asking, follow my own advice, and just go with it. We spend too much time watching him science up some stuff.
No other scientist in the world could have created that. The only substance that can destroy Superman. Synthetic kryptonite.
Unfortunately, when he tested it, he discovered it was only dangerous to a synthetic Superman.
Hey, what's the rush?
I got a note from Mr. Kent. Hey, give me that.
Clark's on a story.
It's from Happy King. A guy just left it at the switchboard.
Well, don't get excited. Clark will be right back.
I don't think you ought to read that. It's addressed to Superman in care of Mr. Kent.
I'll put it on his desk.
Sure she will. Well, she put it under his desk. Does that count? Happy King has invited Superman to his house on the coast, obviously another trap. Lois and Jimmy will be there to get the story, and Lois hopes Clark won't. She's been itching to one-up him all season.
Come in.
Mr. King, I'm Lois Lane from the Daily Planet. Everyone knows you're here, but nobody's tried to get a plain, straight interview. Now, is there any reason why you'd object to being interviewed?
He says, of course not, but now's not a good time. I can meet you later in town.
Just a second. Boss, this dame is practically Superman's girlfriend.
I am not.
More like he's her legal guardian who's always having to keep her out of trouble. And right now, he has no way of knowing she's in trouble. The front desk told him there's a note for him, but he can't find it. Good thing his super-duper de-booper vision is working today. Time to go change. His hat was in his hand when he exited his office. It was on by the time he got to the storage room door. Then he took it off again. Gotta love reusable footage.
I got your message, King, and... Oh, so that's it.
No, Superman, stop! Wait!
They're both okay, honest.
They'd better be. As soon as I'm sure they're safe, I'm coming back here and have a little talk with you two.
Yes.
Superman enters the room and King bars it behind him. Lois and Jimmy are begging Superman to get out as quickly as possible.
Superman fell into the trap. Now it's my turn to jump. Drop the kryptonite down the chute.
Lois and Jimmy are trying to explain about this strange metal the scientist has developed that he says can kill Superman. Superman isn't buying it, even when the metal bar drops into the room.
Well, that must be the metal they were talking about. They call it kryptonite.
Well, I don't care what they call it. Did you say kryptonite?
Jimmy picks up the bar and brings it for Superman to examine.
No, see?
Jimmy, get it out of here.
Yeah,
Superman.
I'll get rid of it.
There's a window, but it's too high up and the bar is too heavy for Jimmy to throw it through. But Superman has an idea.
Pipe. Lead. Oh, don't say it, Superman. I felt I could get rid of that metal. I did everything I could. I'm sorry. Zinc. Lead pipe. That's it, Miss Lane. Lead.
Yes, sink drains were often made of lead. Jimmy will rip the pipe loose, stuff the bar in it, and crush the ends to seal the kryptonite inside. Happy and his crew are already on their way back to Metropolis, so he can start taking over all the crime in the city.
Don't worry, Miss Lane. The lead protects me from its radiations. I'm all right now, see?
Oh, boy. Now get up there and take care of those guys.
No, Jimmy, I'm going to let the police do that. I have something far more important to do.
To wit, getting rid of that thing in your hand. Forever.
Who's it?
Oh, no.
Clear out over the ocean.
Keep your eye on the road.
But look, it's clear out of sight. What was it?
And now the only scientist who knew how to make kryptonite is mush. Unlike developments in subsequent decades, we weren't shy about killing off the bad people. Look at the couple who discovered Superman's identity in the first season. He stranded them on top of a mountain, and he had to know they would try to get down and end up falling to a horrible death. Learning too much about Superman tends to be a death sentence. Maybe that's why Lois still hasn't figured it out. She has a season-long contract, and we don't want to get sued. Thanks for watching, kids. And remember, clicking that like button is cool. Subscribing is even cooler. Leaving a comment is as cool as the coolest person you know. And becoming a patron makes you almost just like Superman. So don't hesitate. Do it today. Until next time.